Hey, what is up guys? My name is Marcus and this is my unboxing and first impressions of the Meepo Electric Skateboard version 1.5. It took about 2 weeks to arrive, and this time around the box looks and feels a lot nicer. The foam cutouts properly engulf the skateboard as well as all the accessories, making everything well protected in transit. This is a very nice improvement as the previous Meepo shipped in a pretty lackluster box, although with decent protection. The first thing we see in the box is the skateboard itself, with a new W-shaped deck, a huge improvement compared to the previous deck. More on that later. This time there's also a handy manual with pictures, showing a nice overview and explaining everything you need to know about your new Meepo 1.5. The next thing in the box is the remote. It looks very similar to the original, but it has some minor improvements. This might be just me, but it feels sturdier and more robust than the old one. Maybe it's just because this one is brand new. Next up is the accessory box. A lot of foam protects what's inside, which I really like. Compared to the previous busted up box, this feels like premium packaging. Opening it up, we find the exact same accessories that shipped with the original Meepo. First is the rear red light, which charges via USB and attaches with rubber straps. Next up is the standard skateboard tool. Then some screws for mounting the wall hanger, which is next. I believe this wall hanger is for a guitar originally, but it fits the Meepo perfectly. Lastly, we have the charger. It's the exact same charger as last time with a max output of 42 volts, 1.5 amps. It should charge the board from 0% to full in about 3 hours. Okay, enough of that. Let's have a look at the actual skateboard. This is, as I said, the new Meepo 1.5 with a new W-shaped deck, all in black. It looks really good, especially in person. The only really negative thing I can say about the design is that the Meepo logo sticks out like a sore thumb. If the logo was in black and centered on the board, the design would probably get a perfect score. It's that nice. Flipping it over, we see the familiar look of many Chinese-made electric skateboards of today. The double enclosure linked together with a hidden cable, the two 250-watt hub motors that deliver a surprising amount of torque, the familiar power button and 4-light battery indicator. But when we look closer, we see that some refinements and improvements have been made. The enclosures are all slightly redesigned and now incorporates the Meepo logo, a nice touch. The rubber protector that covers the charging port feels more secure compared to the old one. The screws and seal around the enclosures also blend in better thanks to the all black design. The urethane, while perhaps not visually different, has also been improved. On the inside, we have an all new and improved battery. It will be very interesting to test how this compares to the previous model in the upcoming full review. So let's talk a bit about the original Meepo. It was the budget e-skateboard last summer and saw big success, both in sales but also in user feedback. It was a solid board and deserved much of the positive response. Now, over half a year later, Kieran has released this improved version of the Meepo. As you saw, the biggest improvements over the first version is in the fine-tuning of design and details, better urethane on the wheels, the completely new deck, and an improved battery. A big improvement also lies in the presentation. The box and the documentation that comes with the Meepo, it feels more like a finished and polished product this time around. Oh, and if you already have a Meepo 1.0, there's an upgrade kit available which basically offers the same improvements. All it requires is a minor disassembly and reassembly of your board. The performance of this new board remains similar to the original, with 35 km/h top speed and a range of about 17 km. But thanks to that new battery, the board will maintain speed and acceleration better. Weight and size is also pretty much identical to the previous model. My two biggest complaints with the original Meepo was the remote and the deck. The remote felt cheap and the reverse button was too easy to press on accident. The new remote is similar, but feels a little sturdier, and the reverse button is recessed, making it really difficult to press on accident. Nice. The new deck is perhaps the biggest and best improvement in my opinion. The new shape means that it no longer feels like you're standing on a giant ball. The W shape locks your feet in place and you feel more grounded and more in control. The original Meepo was by no means a bad electric skateboard, but it felt a bit like a hobby project built in someone's garage. With the improvements to design, box, and overall look, this feels a lot more like a finished, solid product. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the full review.